Cool.
All right. Even if the live feed doesn't work for some reason, I still got it recorded.
You got the audio? All right, cool.
Well, I'll still have video. It just won't be live on Facebook. But I can always...
Okay.
I'll still have the video so I can post it.
All right.
All right, we're here on the Stroker Industries Motorsport Veterans Podcast with Colin Scummy Morrison, who is not a veteran, but he's very close to the situation. His father, like mine, was in Vietnam, and you've spent a lot of your career trying to, give back, right?
Yeah, I mean, man, ever since I was little, always just playing Army like I'm sure every little kid does. And I've always just looked up to those guys, fantasizing, of course. Got into motocross, turned pro at 16. But ever since, I mean, that's pretty much almost all I'm into. Like, I'm really big into World War II. Read books, just all the history about that. Vietnam, I mean, that's the only thing I'm really into is just the history of our troops and everything about it, man. So, in motocross, we got a lot of opportunities to kind of give back to the troops. We've done many jump shows at, we've been to a bunch of big bases. Went out to Fort Irwin, got to go out there, do an autograph signing for the troops. Just a lot of fundraisers, pretty much everything we could do. We were there, man. I just have nothing but respect for our troops, man. I mean, so yeah, it was cool that I had that opportunity for sure.
To give back a little bit and use your name. I bet out there, especially, I think a lot of probably soldiers everywhere, to an extent, are into motorsports and stuff like that. So I'm sure that a lot of those guys.
It was crazy. I feel like we have a really good connection, man. Because every single base we went to, like, all the guys were so pumped, dude. And the coolest thing I've ever got to do in my life, besides jumping my dirt bike hundreds of feet, running thousands, man, I got to go to Fort Irwin. I did an autograph signing, did a presentation, whatever. And it was during the gunnery day, man. They were blasting off all the weapons. I got to shoot every kind of machine gun they had. And then at the end, they were doing live fire for the Abrams. And, I can say this now because the guy in charge there, he retired, but they got me in an Abram A1. I got to shoot 3 live rounds out of one of those bad boys. And, dude, I mean, some of my friends, I tell them, I don't even like telling the story because it's so hard to explain, like how fucking badass that was. It was the coolest thing ever. I'm sure they probably could have gotten into trouble, man, just having a full-blown civilian hop in there and launch some rounds. But yeah, that was the coolest day of my life for sure.
Did they have any targets set up, or what did you shoot?
Yeah, man, they were doing their training, so there was a target so far away, man, and it was one of those things. They were so pumped I was there. One of the tank guys was like, "Get in here," and then the dude that had me out there, he's like, "Yeah, just go for it." I guess their general wasn't there or something, and yeah, I got to shoot like 3 or 4 rounds out of there, and it was unreal, dude, unbelievable.
Now, are you're inside the tank with the door closed and everything?
Door closed, everything. They taught me how to load a round. I was tripping, man. I don't think that's protocol. But yeah, it was like a 10-minute class. They taught me how to load a round fully. Like, they let me be in charge. Like, ready on you, Scummy. It was so badass. It was crazy. I have footage of it, but I'm not allowed to post it. But
yeah,
I can text it to you when I'm off the phone.
That's sick. Was there concussion in there, like, retarded?
It was unbelievable. Actually, not much of anything. When we were shooting the 50 cal, like, you couldn't even hear that thing, of course, but I don't remember being a big concussion in that thing, man. It was crazy. I know outside, whole different deal, That's where you can feel the firepower, and it was just, like, unbelievable. But inside, I was so surprised how, it was pretty mellow inside, but an experience I'll never forget, man.
Probably because that thing is, inches thick steel,
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I don't know the whole logistics about it, but yeah, it was a badass day for sure.
So that's how you got hooked up with Stroker. I'm assuming Chris reached out and you were all about it because he was a veteran and.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we started linking up. Anything you say you're a veteran, like I will take my time no matter what. We started talking, he told me about this invention about a gas tank. Still, I was like, you know, I hear this kind of stuff a lot. He sent me some product, and I'm not just saying this because he sponsors me. You know, it's truly an amazing product. For me, maybe I'm kind of retarded at it, but every time I fill my gas tank, man, I always, dude, wash my bike for hours, be all pumped up, filled up, always overflowing it, dude. Always had a problem with the gas nozzle, whether it's leaking, whatever. And he sent me this, and all those problems went away. And it's like such an easy device, dude. Every person I've steered them towards that direction, man. They're just so pumped on the product. I'm personally a huge believer. I back it 100%, and I think him and you guys have a really good thing going on. And dude, it's gonna revolutionize the gas tank world.
Yeah, especially in California, right? I heard that people are getting, if you're rolling down the road and you got like a regular gas can, that they're giving people tickets for that stuff because they're not like carb approved. Or
I've never heard of that, man.
No,
never heard of that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so, man. I mean, that's all I hang out with are dirt bike riders, and of course, you go to the track, your gas tank's in the back of the truck. I've never heard of anybody getting a ticket,
well,
but who knows?
That's good.
Yeah.
So you've had you were probably one of the when freestyle started, you had to have got in there first 15 people for sure.
I was born a perfect time for freestyle because I was one of the 15 guys that did the very first freestyle contest when it was all about no footers, heel clickers.
Did you do that? You did that Vegas contest?
Yeah, I did do that Vegas contest. That was so maybe not the very first. Costa Mesa is what I call the first jump show in '98. That was the first orchestrated freestyle competition with ramps and the whole deal. So that was, Vegas was, I totally forgot about the Vegas one, man. 98, that was the one where they first brought out wood ramps. Nobody's ever seen a ramp before. I remember in practice sitting next to Mike Sinkmars, Mike Jones, Tommy Flowers, Clifford, all the OGs, and when they were setting up the course, they brought out this wood ramp, and I remember all was tripping. What is this? How are we gonna do this? It's so rad to think about those times and then watch freestyle now, how we truly pioneered the sport. We were cutting our fenders in weird spots. It didn't really do anything, but we were just creating something, and it was so exciting back then. New tricks every single week, what's this guy going to do? It was a really cool time to be in freestyle. And now freestyle, it's so robotic. Dudes are going out there doing double backflips in their practice runs. And you see the crowd, it's not like what it used to be. I think the fire is kind of going away, man. It's so gnarly, and people don't know how gnarly it is. So it's I don't know. I go back and forth what I think of freestyle right now.
Yeah, I think that people get jaded so easily, and now once you see more than one person doing double backflips, you're like, oh, whatever, not knowing the consequences or the time that they've spent trying to learn that stuff.
It's sad, and I get it, but nobody else understands that part. Backflips, it almost bores people,
Yeah.
But, dude, if you come up short by an inch, you are done, dude. You are breaking bones, if not dead. I've seen so many of my boys, get paralyzed, break every bone in their body. I've seen my buddies die. It's such an gnarly consequence, but people just don't care, and it's weird, it's crazy. So I'm just glad I did it when I did it, and I got out, because I could not imagine right now, if I was younger, trying to get into freestyle. And what do you do? I do freestyle classes, and I'm straight up with the guys who are like, dude, I want to become a freestyle rider for my career. I'm like, dude, listen,
It's gnarly.
Go find a second job, work on that. You know, if they don't have it, I'll tell them straight up, like, dude, you're wasting your time. Because really it is, man. Like, you right now, if you want to become a freestyle rider, you got to go do a triple backflip, upload it to YouTube, and hope somebody sees it where you get invited to a contest. You know, it's crazy now. So
well, and then you can duplicate it wherever the event is. You know,
exactly.
People would always ask me, you know, what do I got to do what tricks do I got to learn to get into freestyle? And I'm like, it's not necessarily tricks. It's whatever tricks you have, being able to do them in all conditions. Because we're going to be jammed in a little building. We'll be outside, on grass, on gravel.
Yeah. And for me personally, like, freestyle was, for me, like punk rock. Because racing, everybody had their shirts tucked in, everybody following the rules. Freestyle was anti that. It was party, chicks, baggy pants, punk rock music. Like, it was everything what racing wasn't. And that's why I got into it, man, because I love that lifestyle. I mean, back then, there's characters, Flying Hawaiian, you know, Deegan the militia, Pastrana the good guy. It was rad, dude. And now it's like, it turned back into racing. I think, you know, it's rad. I get it. People got to make money. Me personally, I ain't into that, dude. Like, I miss it. I wish somebody would go out there and break the rules and you know, what freestyle was about. But I get it, but it just ain't my thing, I guess.
Yeah, I think the closest guy right now is Jacko.
I would like to say Colby Raha.
Well, yeah.
He's a lot more punk rock. Like,
but he's not to that level yet. Like,
he's not yet.
Jacko's the only one that's at like that super high level that's still kind of like, fuck off, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, I give nothing but respect. I'm not tearing these guys. I'm just telling you what I feel personally. It's so gnarly what these guys are doing. I don't think I've ever got to that level. You know, when the backflip came out, it was at a point of freestyle where if you did a backflip, you had a career, you kept on going, making money. And then, dude, overnight when that backflip came out, so many dudes just dropped out off the planet, man. A lot of people got into drugs, depression, not knowing what they're going to do. You live this rock star lifestyle. Now it's done because I know I'm not going to do a backflip. So for me, I did a couple backflips in the Nate Adams foam pit. Felt really good doing them. Did it the first day. The last flip, hands came off the bars. Dude, that foam pit ain't like Chuck E. Cheese, dude. It's a death pit, man. I went in probably 20 feet down, 10, maybe 10 feet, 20 feet's a little, it felt like 20 feet. 10 feet, dude, you can't move in there, man. I'm so deathly claustrophobic. The bike landed on me. I had gas coming in my helmet. I couldn't move. It took like 15 minutes for them to come and get me out, dude. Like, if I had a gun, I would have shot myself, dude. I think I was even crying, dude. It was so intense and gnarly down there. And after that, I'm like, fuck it. I'm not doing a backflip. I'm over it. So I started going big. I want to be known as the dude that pause for a second?
Yeah, but you're good.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I want to be known as the dude that would just go big on his dirt bike. So I started just going big, hitting jumps that nobody would do. It was cool. I got a name for it, but it really wasn't paying the bills, I guess. So, you know, fuck, dude. Sorry, man. Somebody's calling me. Anyway, so yeah, the backflip really, it took a lot of careers away from these guys, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like you said, people trying to get into freestyle now, they're looking at it. See, like, it won't be as big of a mental gap as, like, it was for us. Because I started doing freestyle in, like, 2001. And then once you already learned some tricks, and then once that other stuff comes out, then you got to relearn stuff. But, like, for kids now, they just know that they got to do a backflip, you know? It's not as big of a deal to them. It's like, look at BMX. Look at BMX. Those kids now, they do all kinds of crazy shit, you know?
Yeah, for the most part, it said it was reconnecting, so I didn't hear the first part.
Oh, I was saying that for us, like, I started freestyle in 2001 myself, and then I had to keep relearning tricks, and I think that's harder than when I taught some kids. They just hopped in at doing the tricks where I was doing them at automatically, you know? So yeah, I think it's harder to try and retrain yourself to progress more, you know, as stuff comes up versus initially you see freestyle, you have to do backflips.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree, man, for sure.
What was the gnarliest? Oh yeah, what was the gnarliest jump you say that you jumped?
Train jump was a big one. Dude, I never really thought about it. Train jump was big, but I have so many other huge jumps at contests out in the hills. I mean, Danimals up north where like Dan Pastor ate shit in that movie on the pipe.
Yeah.
I hit that one, but that jump that he hit, they built a jump bigger than that, like 20 feet farther. And me, Jimmy Fitzpatrick, and Ox did it for one of the militia movies. I didn't make the cut because I like almost ate shit, but like I did that one first, fifth gear, wide open. Just a lot of big ass fifth gear jumps, man. That's what I personally love doing. Just going as fast as your bike will go and sending it absolutely as big as you can go on a dirt bike. And that shit was what I lived for, man. So, yeah. I can't think of like the craziest. I'll go with a train jump.
Yeah, that's a pretty famous one too. And there's no backing out of that, right? I kind of saw that.
No. Like that jump, when you're there in real life, you get queasy, dude. Video don't do justice. It goes up, it drops straight down 45 feet, across about 180, and up like 55 feet, dude. You can't even roll it, dude. Like, It's pure commitment. When I did it, the first guy that did it was Tracy and DJ Sweeney and LBZ Chrome. I was the second dude to do it, but when I did it, it's already been 10 years. So, man, it was sketchy, dude. We were shoveling, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know what gear. I went there. Somebody said, dude, you got it fourth gear pinned. Everyone's telling me fourth. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just going to go as fast as my bike will go. I did fifth gear wide open. I landed perfect. So, fourth gear, 100%, you would be dead if you came up short on that, for sure. So, I'm glad I clicked it up one more.
How gnarly do you think it was for those guys to jump it 10 years earlier on, like...
Gnarly, yeah. Those guys are the true badasses for going for something like that, man. For me, I know it could be done.
Yeah.
So, but it's still, dude, like, I was up all night partying the night before and thinking about it, like, I wasn't even fucking sweating it, man. Like, I called all the chicks. It was like Bart Simpson jumping over the Springfield Gorge on a skateboard, dude. Like, his Simi Valley, where the train jump is, that's my hometown, dude. So I called all my boys. I'm like, check it, meet me here. I'm jumping the fucking train. It was so rad, dude. It was so fun. I got there. Dude, I think I was still loaded from the night before. I just went for it and pulled it, dude. It was so gnarly.
How many people were there?
There's probably like 40, 30 or 40 maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of people, man. Nobody thought I was going to do it, but I did it. It was cool. I did it 2 times that day. Then I called Jay Schweitzer for on the pipe, and then he came out the next day and got on film. And for the Trans World and Racer X ads, they got a pretty cool shot.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's the mindset difference, right, between a young buck and somebody that's a little bit older, as you start going, I don't know about all
this. That's how I am right now, man. I'm like just so pumped on how my life is right now. I'm like 6 years, 7 months sober, and that shit scares me. I'll still go out and ride, but like as you see my uniform, I took over my dad's business, service and fire extinguishers. He has a really successful business. I took it over 4 years ago. I love this, man. I got no boss, do what I want, work 4 hours a day, make great money. So this isn't a kind of job where it's just me. If I get hurt, I'm fucked, dude. Like, I don't pay the bills. So now it's like, dude, do I do that? And like, I don't know, man. Go back on pain pills. I'm so happy being sober right now. My life's going good where like, I just say, dude, been there, done that. Like, all these guys, they call me out, like, what have you done? Fucking whatever, dude. Been there, done it. I still go out and ride. I do freestyle classes, and that's really cool. Keeps me, like, kind of giving back to the sport what the sport has given me. So that's really cool to, like, help kids where they want to do freestyle. There's no place to learn. So I have a freestyle class I do where the ramp's pushed up super close, and I'm able to do that. I'm still very, got a pretty good social media following, still doing stuff with my sponsor. So it's so crazy, like, how I got sober, changed my life around, and, like, everybody lost hope for me, man. Like, dude, burned every bridge with a flamethrower, dude. I wanted to commit suicide. I was so in a hole from heroin, crystal meth, just every drug imaginable, dude, from the lifestyle over 15 years. And it caught up to me, the broken bones, pain pills turned into heroin. I was done, dude. At the end, I was, fucking sold my dirt bike to get heroin, man. Like, that's not the kid my parents raised, man. Like, they never drank, never smoked. That wasn't me. Just the lifestyle, never having a job. Just, it was a rock star lifestyle, dude. Like, my friend has a 9-to-5 job. I got to go travel the world, sign autographs, and jump my dirt bike in front of thousands, and then go party. And the harder you party, the more praise you got back in the day. So, dude, that lifestyle for like 15 years, it caught up to me. And yeah, now I'm sober, and dude, I got my life back, man. Now it's like my main thing is giving back in the sobriety world, just helping so many addicts, people that are addicted, to let them know they can get sober, and that's more gratifying than winning a gold medal at X Games, man. Just kind of changing lives and showing people you can still have a rad life, being 100% sober, man. So yeah, everything's going good right now, man.
That's awesome. People give you shit, like, what did you do? Seriously?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Well, you said that people are like, talk shit, or they're like, what did you do? Or something, I
mean, like, when I go to the hills or go ride, and they're like, dude, hit that, and I'm like, I know I really could, but, like, I don't want to chance it. You know, back then, when I rode for a living, fuck, dude, I go for something, I don't make it, whatever, I'm doing my job. Now, it's like, dude, it's not about that.
Right.
If I get hurt, I'm fucked. I'm back in the hole, back on pain pills, ain't making money.
Yeah.
I got nothing to prove, so.
Well, I was going to say, because that's silly, because, even if it's like, oh, you didn't flip or whatever, the time period, you were still at the top of the game in your time period, and that's what it goes by, Like, in anything 10 years down the road, you're going to look, like, great boxers of the past would probably get smoked by boxers now just because skill level.
Like that contest I said I did in 98, Kerry Hart, the winning run, he grabbed the back fender and did like a 50% seat grab. People are tripping, dude. Won the gold medal. I mean, you look at it now, if some dude would have went out there and did a double seat grab, he would have been fucking Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
People would be tripping, but it's different times, so yeah, I get it, man. So it's cool.
How old were you when you started? You had to have been like 15 or something, weren't you?
15, yeah, I got into it. Did my first jump contest while I like just turned 16, and then, dude, right there I was off to the races, man. It literally went like wildfire, dude. Every weekend was a new contest, new show, new video shoot. Just, it was crazy, dude. For like 10 years, it was every weekend doing something.
Awesome. Well, you got anybody else you want to thank, or anything you want to bring up?
Not really, dude. I'm just pumped to do this. Pumped that Stroker's fucking doing good. I feel that it's going to really go somewhere in this industry, and I'm just really honored to be representing it and to show people what's up. I think it's a huge deal. It's going to change a lot of ways. People think about gassing their bike up. You don't really think about it. You just think, I'm going to go buy a cheap gas can and lug it filled up, then it comes with all the problems. But yeah, it really makes things easier. So yeah, just thank Stroker Industries for this one. And there's a million people I can thank, but it's not a big deal, dude. They know who they are,
And do you have any freestyle classes coming up or anything?
I just kind of wing it. I just had one a couple weeks ago. Probably have one next month. Biggest thing is just my social media. It's Colin, COLIN _ Scummy _ Morrison. You guys know what's up if you follow me. I post everything, so you guys will see it on there.
Hey, side note, have you been trying to do any more movies or anything? Because I actually was one of the dudes that rode in Bro. I was fucking gonna say that. I rode for Bo.
You look so familiar. That was so funny. I was so dope sick doing that video shoot, dude. That was like the worst of my addiction in that movie.
Yeah.
I remember when that riding day, I didn't have no pills and I was so dope sick. I was hiding, dude. And yeah, that was like a horrible time. But they're actually thinking about making a Bro too. So maybe get your dust off your boots, man. You might need to be a stunt double again.
Maybe if we're doing just racing around a track.
That's funny. But yeah, dude, I gotta get going, man. But I'm gonna call you when we get off this call, and yeah, dude, thank you.
No worries, man. Thank you. Have a good day, and thanks for doing the podcast.
All right, later, buddy.
All right, later. All right, people. We're out.